Hi guys, so I know it's been a bit of a while since I've uploaded any videos, and that is basically because YouTube completely nuked my channel. They gave me a couple of community strikes and threatened with deleting the entire channel, so it made me delete all my videos. So I have been a bit disheartened and don't really know what to do with the channel at the moment. So I'm just gonna give you the latest news from SXOS. That's all I can do at the moment. No guides or anything like that. Just to let you know what their releases are and how they're getting on. So SXOS was updated to, it was actually updated to 3.0.0. I'll scroll down here and talk about that one first. So this one here was the main release, which it added one or two features, but the main reason for this was to support the latest Switch Lite and the latest Marico consoles of Switch. So all the new hardware-based chips that you have to solder on. This is the SXOS version that you're going to need for that. They wanted to release it so then everyone could have it in time for when they got their Switches soldered in. So that's what that says there. Full support for Marico and Switch Lite consoles. And then it says here, so this is the boot methods. Once again, it's just support for SX Core and SX Lite. That's all it is there. Then some people have been installing larger NAND storage in their switches. So people are really into the hardware modifications. They've been doing that, and it's been causing SX to crash or not work on those ones. So it basically enables you to update your NAND. I don't really know too much about it, so I won't talk too much on it, but people have obviously been doing that. Then there's been some crash codes, so I'm sure we've all experienced these, where you're playing a game and all of a sudden it says your switch has crashed or stopped working for whatever reason, and this is that code, 2162-0002, and then it'll allow you to reboot back into SXOS from, well, hopefully actually it will eliminate the crash from this. Sorry. So people experiencing a crash shouldn't do it without anymore with 3.0.0. And then a bug with displaying main memory addresses in Cheat Finder. I haven't really used Cheat Finder that much, so I don't really know too much about it. Probably will give it a go one day and see if there's any sort of a Q&A I can give people, but honestly I don't really know too much about it, so I won't talk to you. So they released this on June 4th, so this was 12 days ago now. And since then, they've had to release two more updates, 3.0.1, and then they've just released 3.0.2. So I'm going to talk about that. So 3.0.1 has been got rid of already. So it obviously had some major issue on it that stopped SX from working. They've purged it, deleted it, it's all gone. If you've got 3.0.1, get rid of it, download 3.0.2. So it says here it's exactly the same error. It says they fixed that again, so I don't know if that came back or whatever, but they've said they've had mentioned it again here. So for whatever reason, it's mentioned again. Save data bug. So the behavior could be observed in castle crashes, for example. So it's where game progress wasn't being saved correctly. So it obviously, that's a big one. If your game's playing, you think it's saving, it's not saving. It was caused by SXOS. They fixed that. So hopefully, if you have experienced that, update to the latest version, you'll stop experiencing it. And then this is once again about big NANDs. So they hadn't fixed it completely, but they have now. And it says here that they've added this feature, GPT Repair, which if you have tried booting into your NAND and you're getting a black screen or it's not booting, whatever, use this feature, GPT Repair, and it should enable you to be able to use that new larger NAND you've installed. Popular extensions working again. So SX Autoloader looks like it wasn't working, and any other extensions that you use, they will now work with 3.0.2. They must have introduced an error on 3.0.0, so they fixed that. Now rebooting to any payload again, only for Arista consoles. I think that's the original ones. So that when your switch crashes or you turn it off and on again, it boots straight back into SXOS for you automatically. That's what that is by the looks of it. And mu-NAND, which was stored on eMMC, was no longer working. This has been fixed. So once again, if you experience issues, always get the latest version. They've got all these fixes in there that common people probably don't experience, but you might be one of those handful of people who do it, and it looks like SXOS are on top of it and they are fixing them. And then just many other minor stability improvements. So this is just crashes or lags or hangs that you might experience on SXOS. They just are improving it, but always get the latest version. Whatever software you're running on your Switch, if it's the latest version or you've got an old version, get the latest version of SXOS. Like, they're designed to work with all the old versions of the official firmware, and they've got loads of fixes in them that you don't want to encounter. So you don't want to encounter those errors, so get it fixed straight away. Anyway, guys, I don't really know what I'm going to do with the channel because I can't redo guides. I've had to change the name to SX News, and that is because they basically nuked the channel. They got rid of everything. I really appreciate the support from everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with me and subscribing and viewing my videos, and you made the channel grow over the last sort of year. Been thinking about what I'm going to do with the channel. It's obviously something to do with the Switch, but I don't know at the moment. So anyway, thanks so much for staying with me and subscribing, and I'll try and be on top of the news a little bit more and get those out to you as soon as I can. But anyway, cheers guys, stay safe.